Hey guys, Buddha here, bringing you the second game of oGsMC and Bomber from the Dreamhack Summer 2011 tournament. In the first game, if you did not see it, go check it out. I will be uploading them to YouTube. In the first game, MC actually took a win off Bomber quite convincingly, besides losing two Colossus quite uselessly because they were out of position. Something very uncharacteristic from MC. He did manage to come back and destroy Bomber in quite a convincing fashion there. And this second game will be on Xel'Naga Cavern, a very old map, been here since the beta and hasn't really changed at all. So the creators of this map have to be happy about that. Very proud of it too. And here we go, oGsMC versus Bomber. MC, one of the best Korean players in the world. He has already won 2 GSLs and hoping to win the Dreamhack tournament. This is, I believe, somewhere around the round of 16 in the Dreamhack tournament. I do know the results of these games, but I did not watch them before. I did not get to see these games live, so I am watching them for the first time and casting them at the same time. Now oGsMC going for his assimilator and gateway as usual. This time actually Bomber will go for his refinery at the same time as his barracks, because it is a lot harder to defend the expansion on this map than on the other one. Mainly because of the short rush distances, but also because it is so wide open on this map compared to Crossfire that was game 1. So while we wait for this game to get started, I will announce that I am also live streaming my casts while I do them. So if you want to see me screw up the start of these casts about 8 times and restart them and swear to myself and laugh in my face, you are welcome to join me. Just look for Buddha on Team Liquid and you will find me whenever I cast. Now MC is throwing down his second gas and his cybernetics core as he did last game, so we will see a expansion behind a sentry heavy army again, and I believe Bomber will be ready for this time. He knows that MC went for that kind of build on the last game, and he probably suspects MC to go for it again since he is well known for this build. Now throwing down a reactor and a tech lab on his first 2 barracks, so it will be a lot of Marines coming from Bomber and most likely stim or combat shields. You usually see players going for stim for that early push because it is so powerful. But we have seen also combat shields just to handle those zealots a lot better, and it will be concussive shells apparently, so he will be making marauders after this tech lab just to deal with any kind of stalkers, but I believe that MC will be making sentries and not stalkers, so we'll see if this choice actually is fruitful for Bomber to go for marauders instead of marines. I think he will opt to go for stim after this. He will put on some pressure, 5 marines and 1 marauder moving out on the map, and still no command center from Bomber. He was saving up resources, but apparently not anymore. He is still churning out those SCVs, those marines and those marauders. He is now moving across the map, gonna pick off the first probe at the watchtower and might actually intercept the stalker if he could. That would be pretty big here. If he just turns on the left side, he will be able to, and that stalker will have to hide out. These sentries can of course force field this ramp, but this expansion is very vulnerable here to this early push. Now our bunker gonna come down right next to the first gas. This stalker will try and hide behind the shrubs until some reinforcements come, and MC does not have an answer for this. He needs to cancel this expansion because he will not be able to hold this. He is trying to, though. He does let this finish. I believe that's a mistake by MC, because there is no way he is holding this with only a few sentries, 2 stalkers and some probes, and there he goes. He actually does not hold, loses a whole bunch of workers here, 8 workers against 1, and now Bomber can just kite these zealots and stalkers forever. He will get this nexus, So huge mistake here, misjudgment by MC. We don't see that very often from MC. I guess Bomber does not want to go up this ramp, but now that he killed that Nexus that MC finished, he is way ahead. Now he can safely expand on the low ground without being scared of anything. He is actually building the command center on the low ground. That's how confident he is. Throwing down another bunker right at the bottom of that ramp. MC cannot move out with this army. That's the problem here. He has a lot of sentries and throwing down a mule to go up the ramp. That is just a slap in the face for MC. Bomber feeling that confident, just sacrificing 300 minerals basically, because that mule will give 300 minerals to Bomber if he does not mine, if he uses it. And now actually going by Hulk, I wonder if that was wise from Bomber throwing down the mule like that just to taunt MC. I would have just made my Marines dance or something. For those of you who don't know, you can make your Marines dance by just typing this here, dance, and they will perform a little dance for you. So that is the new cool way to taunt your enemy, guys. Do not throw down mules. That can bite you back in your ass. Now Bomber just saturating his expo, now maybe wishing he had one more mule. His engineering bay going down for those upgrades. Still no second gas from Bomber, so he is sticking to this bio army, taking one shot at those rocks because he does not like rocks. Now gonna try and push up here to the natural of MC again. I believe he will succeed because that is only 5 sentries. He can split this army in half with those sentries, but once those first force fields wear off, especially since Bomber is actually trying to get a nice little flank here and has a nice concave, so he will have to split those. You see one little Marine trapped inside a force field, but once these force fields wear out, Bomber will have free reign over MC's base, and this will not be enough. Dropping another mule here, still taunting MC. What a baller Bomber is. You do not taunt MC that way. MC, the guy who said he would absolutely... There he goes. Finally, he makes his units dance. And that was awesome. MC is the guy who said he would win every single foreigner tournament. So he is that confident, and now getting absolutely destroyed by Bomber. Bomber throwing down another mule, and will he make his units dance again? Now DTs for MC. Now I think that Bomber actually wishes he had those mules for scans. Got a bit greedy there. I don't believe that these DTs will do much damage, since by the time they get here he will have another scan saved up, and now he does, so he could just turn around, scan, and pick these off. But Bomber showing some very, very big balls, taunting MC that way. Now even one missile turret actually blocking the ramp here, and MC GG's out of there. And Bomber takes game 2. We are going into game 3, so stay tuned.